Hey y'all, welcome back to Inside the Barrel. I'm Double J.
I'm Big H.
I'm Nathan.
Nate Dog.
Nate Dog. Okay, round 2 of our beginner bourbon battle. If you didn't catch it before, our last episode was Buffalo Trace versus Wild Turkey 101 versus Four Roses. What we're doing, we're in the middle of a series where we've got 9 basic bourbons that you can find at the grocery store between the range of $30 and $40. We're doing them blind. 3 versus 3 versus 3. And then we'll put them all up again in the end. So, today, bourbon number 1, Woodford Reserve. Probably the leader, the most popular as you get into bourbons. And this is one of the first names that you're going to hear.
You can find it anywhere. Find it anywhere.
You find it anywhere for about, what, $30, $35, $40,
Yep.
maybe $37. It's from Kentucky. It's a Kentucky bourbon.
Versailles, Kentucky.
Versailles, Kentucky.
Versailles.
Versailles.
I don't know. It
Versailles.
depends if it's French or not. Right?
Anyway.
So, Brown Foreman.
And we're talking about mash bills today, too. So 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. Proof 94.4.
90.4.
Excuse me,
90.4.
90.4. Want to tell us, Big
Yep.
H, want to tell us
Not Creek.
about
This is
Knob
actually
Creek?
an old bottle, too. The new bottle's a little bit taller, but I've had this one on this shelf for, 4 years or so. Knob Creek comes out of the James Dean Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. Really similar to the mash bill on the Woodford there. Does come in at 100 proof, so this is going to be the highest proof on the bar right now in this battle. 9 years, I think it says that on there. I don't know if they actually had the 9-year age rating on this whole bottle, but they actually do put a 9-year on there.
Yeah.
And it comes in at $39 MSRP. Double J, you want to do the last one?
Sure. I
If
can
you,
do Baker.
if you watched our budget bourbon battles, Old Tub won that. It came out of Jim Beam like Knob Creek as well. So to me, at least, I think that could advance on.
And I've got Maker's Mark. Comes out of the Maker's Mark Bourbon Distillery. Where's that at?
Loretto, Kentucky.
That's probably Lori's favorite place, Loretto.
Loretto.
Right?
That's
Yeah,
Loretto.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one comes in at a mash bill of 70% corn, 16% wheat, malted barley at 14%, 90 proof, 6-year. Interesting thing with Maker's Mark, they're the only distillery that I know of that spells it whiskey without an E.
Unless you're from Scotch.
Well, yeah. That's a Scot. Then,
That's
right?
a Scotch.
I just recently read an article. There's like 3 or 4 of them, but I don't remember
Oh,
what
there
the
is.
ones are. Yeah,
It's probably
but
the
that's
most
one.
notorious
Yeah.
one that we know, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll put that one back.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think the interesting thing as we go through and start doing our nosing and tasting here is that in the whole battle with all the 9 bottles, we talked about the mash bill on these first 2, really similar. Corn 72-75, rye 18-13, and then malted barley at 10-12%. So pretty similar mash bills there. The difference we might catch between the Knob and the Makers is going to be in the proof. Or I'm sorry, the Knob and the Woodford's of proof. This Makers here actually replaces the rye. So no rye content in Makers. It's basically replaced with wheat. So it's our only wheatie in the whole battle. Might see if it stands out or not.
Now Woodford has a little bit more rye too, that 18% rye to the 12. So, but you're right, the wheat should bump out. I'm not getting a huge difference on the nose.
Neither am I. I gotta start.
I feel like the nose on 2 is a little bit stronger than the other 2. Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
I can. You got a nose?
It's the middle.
Nothing on the nose. I'm gonna tell you, without Double J. Well,
Go ahead.
I think I know what I got here, just based on nose, but we'll see.
You think you do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one I like.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Double J, tell us favorite to least favorite.
One on the right, I'll go my favorite.
Okay.
Then center, number 2. And then my least would be on the left side.
Okay.
You next or me?
One of you.
You go next, and I'm going to do mine a little differently. But.
Okay. The best one to me is the middle one. So
Okay.
I like the middle one the best. It's I think that's the one with no rye. I think that's the Makers, but I do like that one.
Really?
I do like that one the best. The other two, I think it's the right one second and the left one third. And I think that right one might be the knob if I had to guess. So I'm going middle, right, left.
And which one did you think was the knob?
I think the knob might be this one over
Right
here.
side.
I think this is the Makers. And I think this is the
Okay.
this is the Woodford. I could be completely wrong, but
So
and that's not the preference of how I like them. That's just based on the taste profile and what we're looking at from a mash bill.
I could be way off here, but right hand I think is Woodford and my favorite because in number 2 I got a little bit more heat. That was really the only difference that I felt. So I think the knob is actually number 2, and that was my least favorite because I could taste a little sweetness in the third one, which I think is Maker.
Okay.
So
you and I
again, we're way different.
That would
But I'm
work
putting
in my profile right
Woodford
there.
at the top, and then, or excuse me, right hand at the top, left hand next, and center
Yeah.
third.
So that does put basically the left one in third place. So
Okay.
you can reveal the left one. Is it bottle? Which bottle is it?
Third
1, 2,
place
3?
is bottle number 3. That's the
So,
Makers.
There's third place right there.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what is second place? Hold on. What is second place?
Oh, second place? Second place is going to be the middle one.
Middle one is second place. That is actually the Woodford.
That's the Woodford. So Woodford's in the middle.
And then our winner,
Knob would have been bottle number 2 in this order up here. So
Yep. our winner is
So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two first place and a second place for the knob.
That's my profile.
So knob takes the win.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep.
So there we go. So moving. So knob's moving on, right?
Yep.
Knock these
Knob-
bad boys
knob
down.
Moving on, that beam
Knob's moving
profile
on.
sticks out for the inside the barrel guys again. So we know it's going to be, so far it's Buffalo Trace versus Knob Creek. Subscribe to the show so you can see battle number 3, which is going to include 3 more bottles, including my personal favorite, 1792.
Be one of my favorites, Bullet.
Versus Bullet,
Yes.
and then maybe your favorite is Elijah Craig. I know it's not, but that's the third one.
Sure.
We'll watch that
Go
episode
with it.
next.
This is the story. Right?
And toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.